The numbers. Tell me the number. What? I mean, wrong thing.
And then last thing before we hit the ethereal couch, Brendon, you're here now. Talk about your binge for the week. The Gachiakuta.
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 Shout out to Mark for putting me on this shit.
I can't wait till the anime drops next year. I can't wait.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry. Shout out to Mark for putting me on this, because I'm like, he said, hey, I think you might dig it, because like we both like it's because the vibes as well. It's like a little bit of like Fire Force, Soul Eater, like from that vibes, and a bit grungier actually. And it's a very good read. It's about 112 chapters deep. I binged through it in the past couple of weeks. But the premise, main character Rudo, he is gifted with special abilities, and like he's part of a group called the Cleaners, where the Cleaners in this world, you get your power from your treasured object. So it could be like your favorite hat or your lucky baseball bat, stuff like that. Something that you put love and care into to the point where it's like, hey, I have it with me all the time. I even named it because it's that important to me. Now, with this, it's so what's interesting about Rudo is that his powers work a little bit differently, where instead of like, he has the same concept, except instead of him having just one dedicated weapon, he can use pretty much anything. Like he mainly uses like junk and scrap because like with where a place where he ends up to, which like where the story starts, he's like surrounded by like trash that's been dumped from the overworld. He can turn anything that he puts his mind to it, that he gets his hands on, into a weapon, and the possibilities are insane. Like you learn way more about his powers and who he actually is and what's going on with the world around him. But he gets betrayed and snaked in the first like 10 chapters. I'm like, oh, Rudo's my boy. I'm cheering for him. And it's super good so far. Like I saw this at the I was at Mitsubishi Marketplace, and they had a copy of the book at the bookstore. I was like, oh shit. I was surprised because I was like, okay, already like with Dandadan come without having the anime, and that's been doing very well. The manga for that's really fun. And then with Gachiakuta, like still relatively new in my eyes, but it's been on for a little bit. So I think it got popular enough to be like, hey, look, we're gonna go ahead and make an anime for it. I'm really excited to see what they do in the anime, and it's being done by Studio Bones. So I'm curious to see how well that's gonna turn out. They've always done nothing but great work. So I'm really hyped to check this out when it drops next year. And like so far with this, and especially for me and Mark, we've been eating with Kaiju number 8 and Gachiakuta, like both having, with Kaiju number 8 anime adaptation has already been released. And then with Gachiakuta's anime adaptation coming out next year, ooh, it's fucking nuts.
We're eating.
We are eating. It's so good. I definitely recommend reading it when you get the chance. Available wherever you can find it. And of course, support the physical copies if you can, because this is definitely something worthwhile reading. On top of that, this is actually the perfect time because One Piece is on hiatus right now. Because I'm fully caught up.
I'm going to be talking about that.
Yep. So I'll let Alante jump into that. But with the time that I have of me, because I'll read like 6 or 7 different mangas at a time. Like I caught up on Kengan Omega, I caught up on One Piece, I caught up on Black Clover, I burned through this real quick, I caught up on Kaiju number 8. Like I'm just going through the list. So this is definitely worthwhile.
Man's a speed reader.
No, for real. I got my tablet, I'll just be on the phone. Yep. Like like I get my shit done, but I also be reading because you know those, like as someone who works in IT, I usually have some time, so I'll be on the long calls when I'm just waiting for shit to install. I'm just like, yep, just going. So yeah, definitely give that a read. That's been a very, very fun read. I cannot wait to binge that when it drops, and then of course I'll probably start buying some of the volumes. Like when next time I go out to the Mitsubishi Marketplace, I might just like order them online and have like a collection of like some of these really cool specific manga that I want to get. One Piece, good luck with that. But like Fire Force, Gachiakuta, Kengan Omega, Kengan Ashura, stuff like that. Kaiju number 8. Those are series I want to actually physically have on display because they're just really fun.
So, Brendon, it's funny that you bring up Fire Force because the mangaka for Fire Force and Soul Eater, the art, his protege is the one that did some of the artwork from that series, and hence why it looks kind of familiar.
That's why it tracks. It's like just change some of the lines a bit, add the fucking add the Grim Reaper's skull somewhere on a poster, and then add the fucking laughing moon and the smiling sun. There you go. It's the same fucking.
Hey, look, if the proteges out here getting their bag, that's fine. But the one thing I really love about Gachiakuta, man, that black representation.
Dude, it's so good. It's so fantastic. It's just like there's so much to this. There's so much to this that it's like it's like honestly in black and white it favors very, very well with a lot of the intense action that happens. But I would love to see this in color because with what Mark's talking about, two of some of the best characters are people of color, and they're the fucking coolest. Especially the one who works the desk. You remember that?
I love her.
That shit was so good. That shit was so clean. What's up, Latte?
I was gonna say, like, the thing is, I really, really like. I still can't find where I found this fun fact. But one thing I really like is that the mangaka for Soul Eater and for Fire Force, that the reason why a lot of the black characters look genuinely good, not only just in design, but even one thing that we as black people, we all know
personality-wise too, super good.
Not only just that, but one thing as black people that we know, it's hard to get our hair right.
Yep.
We only get basically one of like 2, now 3 styles. You either got an afro, you got a bald fade, or now I'm just gonna call it the Killmonger.
The Killmonger, yeah.
But now
the one that Mark hates the most because it's overused.
But now what he ended up doing was he was actually looking at different hairstyles from Western culture and is actually implementing that for the black characters, which is why you see some of the black characters have these different looks. They have the dress with the fade, or they actually do they actually make these different hairstyles work because it is something that we actually wear. So the fact that he took time to do that study to get the hairstyle right, I already enjoyed the manga. I already enjoyed the shows, but that just put you even higher favor with me because you took that time to go about doing that, which a lot of people just do not care about doing. Unfortunately.
Oh goodness, no! Like it's very good for what they did. And I'm very, 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 very happy with how it turned out. So
yeah, whenever you guys bring
worthwhile.
Whenever you guys bring new manga and anime onto the show, especially when they're manga and not anime yet, I'm like, man, that sounds great. Can't wait to watch that in like what 3 years? I can't wait to watch that when it airs.
I know, right?
I'm actually really happy you brought up that manga because that's the first manga I ever bought when I moved.
Oh, so, really?
That's cool. I went to like a hot pot, not hot pot. I went to a Korean barbecue for the first time, right? And I was like, damn, I'm full. Now look outside. I'm like, damn, what is that right there? Ooh, let me go there. And one of the staff picks was that manga. I was like, oh, let me see what this is all about. Read the back. I was like, oh, let me buy it. So I bought the first volume. I was like, oh, well, this is good. And then now, a couple months later, now we're getting a manga. I mean, we're getting an anime. I'm like, oh shoot, this is great.
We eating. We eating today, boys.
We eating.
I got a question for all my nerds here on the panel. So
pretty much all of us.
If you can remember what and where, what was the first manga you ever bought physically, and where did you buy it from?
Love Hina Borders.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably Love Hina or some shit.
Love Hina Borders. I somehow knew you were gonna ask that question, and I always have that answer on deck.
So I don't.
Was the first one I bought.
I don't think I bought Love. I didn't buy Love Hina, but I did like that was the first one I started getting from like libraries because my local library had. I think the first one I started reading, I actually was on One Piece a lot earlier than like people would think. Like I was on there like in the Romance Dawn arc and stuff, reading those like first couple ones, and then I was really into Case Closed.
Yeah, that's a US fucking.
Yeah,
thing.
but then it's like it kept going. It's like Scooby Doo. It just keeps fucking going. So I was like, how many murders are they gonna solve? So
all of the murders.
So I just stopped watching Case. I stopped reading Case Closed and reading One Piece, and then I just then I got into the anime, and I remember I actually own what's it called? I own Love Hina physically, as well as like Azumi ga Daioh because I read that as well. That was a really good one, and Ioriyoshi, also another really good one.
Yeah.
My first two I actually bought was Flame of Rekka and Black Cat.
Ooh, Black Cat, dude.
Black Cat.
I remember I watched that one. I didn't read it. That was a good one though. Yeah.
Like somebody in chat said Air Gear. I'm just like, look.
I watched Air Gear.
Look,
Can't watch Air Gear on the living room TV though. Can't watch it on the other TV.
Look.
No, you cannot.
Air Gear, the anime doesn't do the manga enough justice because of like that OVA. I saw it. That hurt my soul.
On Air Gear, Kesadia, did you know that there's actually a company that makes ATs?
I saw something on TikTok. I don't know what that was like.
No,
And
yeah,
they were
it's
using, like, the Air
legit.
Gear
Yeah, there's a
theme.
company. They actually made ATs that can go up to 20 miles an hour. They're like, but the thing is, they're $800. So you gotta pay for them. You gotta pay for them.
I mean, I could eat ramen for like a month.
Right.
Listen, the publishing company, Old Great, put me on some wild stuff. Looking at you, Tenjo Tenj. Yeah.
For me, I still remember how this evolution went. I was in 5th grade. Naruto had came out of the United States. I was looking for a how to draw Naruto book, and then found out there was a manga called, I found out about the Naruto manga. Okay, went and picked it up. Naruto, the Naruto manga volume 4. Got it from Borders. That was the first one I actually owned physically.
Crazy work picking up the 4th one first.
No, for real.
Found out because basically after I had found out about it, I just picked up this couple looks pretty cool, and I remember looking through I've seen this scene, I've seen this one, and so that was also, that manga was also what helped me realize that I thought that the manga was a script word for word for how the show was. So I was reading the manga while watching one of the episodes. I'm like, that's not what it says here.
When you realize it's not the same, yeah.
Hey, wait a minute.
This isn't. I mean, how I got into manga is actually a really funny thing. So I actually got into manga because of my aunt. So my aunt used to be and this is about to see how old you are. My aunt used to be a manager at Blockbuster.
Datasons.
Yes, sir.
So every month, when a new month came, they had to get rid of the magazines. So I would usually get a care package going over her house. She would get me PlayStation magazine, Xbox magazine, and Shonen Jump.
That's a hookup, actually.
She's goated.
So I have old school Shonen Jump when it was Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0, where he would kill people.
It's funny you talk about that because my roommate and I, we constantly talk about this. We constantly talk about Season 0 Yu-Gi-Oh! Shit. It's just he set somebody on fire. Yeah, no, somebody stabbed himself. Listen, Mokuba was we all thought Kaiba was a hating ass motherfucker. Mokuba in Season 0 was an evil little shit. Out here poisoning people.
Yep. You thought it was oh, Sato. No, he was like, nah, I'm killing people today for my brother.
Ultimate hater.
Seto saved me. Seto, I got
I'll run the ones. Bet.
What is it?
Cards.
We said we had quoted, "You're a third-rate nigga."
Here we go. Yes, my favorite quote. You're a third-rate nigga with a fourth-rate bitch.
Hold on. I have never heard that before. That is the greatest thing I've ever heard, and I'm using that. Oh my god.
You did it! If anybody ever asked you where you came up with that, you came to us first. It came from me.
If you take anything from this show, it is that quote exactly.
Oh, I'm using that, yo.
Oh man.
It's this is me. I said that hot off of me finishing Duel Monsters in English because that shit was really good. And it's just shit
you're a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck.
Had me fucking weak because it's so good. I'm like, you know what? I'll do it even better.
the way you said you're almost at the bottom of the barrel, and you're still swinging low in the
You're fourth-rate.
Kamen Rider Knight brings out some horrible shit in us.
It brings out the worst in us.
Man, Kamen Rider Knight is
I need to watch Kamen Rider. I have yet to watch Kamen Rider, but I be seeing like on my TikTok, I be seeing the transformations. My favorite one that I saw of a Kamen Rider was like this one guy. He was in a church, puts it on, and you see a giant skull come out of a ground, and then just bites him, and they just transform. I was like, "Your transformations are lit." I didn't even listen, and I never had the chance.
Legit.
Look, if you ever slide through them in my server, every couple weeks, every other week we do Kamen Rider night. Right now we're watching Kamen Rider Gachard. Man,
the inside jokes they come back with every time, bro. I'm just like, I don't know what you're talking about, but holy shit.
There's a Kamen Rider Night is the reason why we now have a quotes channel in my fucking Discord.
It's so good. It's gold. It's comic gold.
I still love the fact that it's not called a UFO. It's called a UFO.
UFO.
It's called a UFO.
All right.
I think my favorite quote one of us has come up with is like, "Man, Hopper makes me want to do drugs."
Yeah, Hopper makes me want to do crack. That's you, Mark. Shit always has me dying. It's so stupid.